guys. All right, we're gonna try this again. It keeps telling me live video is starting. Okay, now I'm live. I'm not actually sure how long this has been going. Hopefully not too long. Sorry, I had some issues with streaming from my computer. Hi, how are you? Happy Wednesday. So again, like I do once a week, I come on here and I give you tips about how to get more clients from your content. And today I want to talk about testimonials. This isn't the first time I've talked about it. It won't be the last, mostly because testimonials are just so important. Again, we live in the age of like Amazon Prime and online shipping. And so think about it. When you buy something online, what do? You check the reviews. You make sure that other people have liked it. It's a really powerful way. Stats back it up. Let me refer to my notes over here. Again, I wrote a blog for this, so if you're more of the reading type, there's a link in the description here so you can read instead. 90% of customers, will look at the reviews before hitting the buy button. 97%, that's like everyone, they're going to want to see reviews before buying from you. 78% of consumers, why would, maybe you're thinking, like, well, why would they care about reviews from strangers? Guess what? We're now conditioned to trust online reviews from strangers. 78% of people trust them as much as if a person like an acquaintance of theirs, told them in person that this is a good product. That's how much we're conditioned to trust online reviews. So when you get them, it matters. It makes a difference. And also, when you put a testimonial on a sales page, you put a couple on there, you can raise your conversion rate, your sales basically, by 34%. If you put only one good one on there, guess what? 10%. 10% increase in your conversion rate. So this is why this matters. They're very small pieces of content, but they're really easy to put to the back burner, or if you're a newer entrepreneur or brand new even, you're thinking, I have to wait until I have some experience before I can get this, and that's not the case. So I want to walk you through, because again, like I built from zero, and I had to get testimonials from scratch before I made $1, and also when I had only made, like a few dollars. There's ways to get testimonials that will make getting more clients easier, and then you can get the testimonials on repeat, and it just snowballs. That's a beautiful thing as you mature your business. So whatever the reason is that you haven't gotten testimonials, or you feel like you're getting blocked for it, I'm going to cover it here. Again, I'm going to try and keep this shorter than usual, at least the way that I have done it in the past. If you want more details, because again, I have a free template, a specific template for you to customize a testimonial into like a sales generating post. I have that template in the blog, in the blog. You can just copy and paste, take it, and go make money and be well. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about mental blocks first off, because that's a really important thing. You can't get to the action part if you're stuck on the overthinking part. Multiple strategies for how to get testimonials, and I've got a list. And again, if you're brand new, this is exactly for you. A lot of what I'm focusing on is if you're new or brand new, there's lots of ways to get testimonials, even if you are just getting started. And then, like I said, I've got a template. I'll go into all of that. And if you are more seasoned, I have a couple of tips that I've seen that have worked for me as I've matured my business, and that I've seen other successful business owners do. So let's jump in. Again, starting with mindset. One of the most common barriers, and it was for me when I started out, is imposter syndrome. So if you hear the common wisdom, like, I need to get testimonials for my business, I need to get testimonials. But you may have this barrier, right? No one wants to go out of their way to help me. If I ask for a review, they'll just ignore me, or worse, they'll just give me a bad review because I'm sure I did a bad job. I don't have enough experience to ask for reviews. I have to do more work before I can ask for reviews. Things of that nature. These are things that can keep you from really getting a very valuable piece of content for your business that will turn into more growth, more clients, and bigger impact, right? Here's the thing. If you feel like you're a person who struggles with imposter syndrome, that means you are in the majority and you're normal. 70% of people in their lifetime will struggle with imposter syndrome for at least once. This is a very common thing for people to deal with. Even people like Natalie Portman or Maya Angelou. Every time Maya Angelou wrote a new book, she felt like they were going to find her out, like, oh, okay, this is the book where they find out I'm not really a writer. It's a normal part of life. It happens to everyone. And I bring that up because I want you to understand that because it's a normal part of life, it means we all have to find ways of dealing with it, and we can deal with it. So 5 exercises that have helped me over and over again. Again, I don't apply them perfectly, but they help me when I do apply them. On a piece of paper or your phone screen, whatever, dump out every reason, like if you're trying to like send out these requests for testimonials and you're stuck, take a minute, take a breather, sit down and just write out every reason why you feel like you're unworthy or you're scared about this. I don't deserve it. I have no business starting a business. I'm not a good enough person for people to say good things about me. Whatever it is, write it out in a list. It takes away so much of the venom and the power when you see it all written out. And you can go one step further. You can put a column next to it. Now you have like a list of all of this, like all this vomit, of all the reasons why, you know, you're on the negative side of things, why you feel like you can't or shouldn't do it, or you're not enough. So in a column next to each one, take the time to reframe it. So for example, I don't have enough experience to ask for testimonials. In the next column, say something like, I may not have a lot of experience, but I'm learning more every day and getting better every day. You're retraining your brain how to think about this situation. And again, doing it once won't completely retrain it, but you're building a habit. You're giving yourself a tool to move past this barrier. Again, we're all going to deal with it. These are tools to move past it in your human life. Another good thing to do to also see it, simplify it, is list out the benefits. If I go through with sending out these testimonial requests, what are the possible benefits? Okay, I could get some great reviews. I could get a confidence boost. I could make more money. I could get more clients. I could have an easier business. Things like that. Remember to keep in mind the possible benefits as well. Don't just focus on the possible negatives, because I've gotten some great testimonials and great results when I've taken this leap myself, like especially early on. Another one is try Mel Robbins' 5-second rule. I have a link to one of her videos in the thing. In order to bypass your brain overthinking things, you kind of have to act quickly. So what you do is, if you think about sending a testimonial, she has this rule that goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And in that space, she takes the first step. And she's creating this bias towards action. She's overriding any possibility to overthink it by moving straight into the action phase. And it can be a small thing. It could be like, okay, write a list of who I want to ask for testimonials from. You're moving toward action instead of overthinking and catastrophizing. It's a way, it's a neurolog. There's research, she goes into all of it in her video, about how this basically jumps over this part of your brain that will try and keep you from doing this new scary thing. And then also, number 5, tell a friend or a business bestie of yours, I need to send out testimonials and I need you to be annoying and remind me about it. For example, for me, I'll put reminders on my phone. It's easy for me to snooze them. No one knows about them. But if I have another human being who knows about it, and especially if I pick someone who's like really annoying and persistent, who really loves me, it really gets the job done. So don't get stuck in this place of fear and overthinking. There are, this is a normal part of life, and there are tools that work for pretty much everybody to move past it, to move forward into action, even if it's one little step at a time. And by the way, just a side note, if you're still afraid to ask for testimonials, this is something from my life. Last month, I just happened to have 7 different people reach out to me for testimonials. A coach I worked with, a program I finished, subcontract writers, my OBM, and not once did I say, this person did a shitty job. Not once did I say, why are they bothering me? I'm a business person, and I care about these people that I worked with. And I was excited to be able to do something small but impactful for their business. So I did forget about them, so they had to remind me. I'll get into that later. So I did need to be reminded to send the reviews, but once I remembered, because again I had the whole big trip, I was so happy to do it. It was great. I love doing it. So this is the kind of people you'll be sending reviews to, right? I want to give you a good review. I want to help you in your business. So don't worry. You're not inconveniencing me. It's okay. So now I want to get into like more strategies about how to get testimonials when you're new, because of course you hear about how you need testimonials, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so how do you get them if you haven't had a client and you haven't made $1? What do you do? So there's actually lots of ways you can do this. Reach out to people in your personal network in previous jobs. I reached out to a previous employer of mine. I had a really good relationship with the HR manager. I reached out to her to ask for her on a review. Could she send a testimonial on my website? And she did. That was super helpful. Again, she was reviewing the fact that I had done this skill in this previous job. So it was valuable, it was still valid. And I didn't have to have a paying client exactly in my business first. It was great. Do you have teachers or coaches? This could be, business coaches. Maybe you have a degree in the area of your business that you're starting. Reach out to them. Ask for their recommendations, or even say, if it's a teacher, maybe that you did really well on a certain project and they can attest to your skills. If it's a business coach, you can even ask them. And I actually did this with a previous business coach of mine. Do you have a project I can help you with? And then you can give me a review. Again, you're trading a small service for a big payoff. So reach out to these people who can help you, right? Also, reach out to your friends and family. So my favorite analogy for this is just okay, say you're the guy in your family who's good with computers, right? Well, that means all the baby boomers in your family, whether that, your grandparents, and then your parents are calling you, the Gen Xers maybe, and they're just like, hey, you're good with computers, right? How do I, I've got a router problem. And so they're always calling you as for free advice on this thing. And then later in life, you decide, okay, I'm gonna start a tech business. Well, guess what you can do? All your life you built up this great karma helping your friends and your family in this way. Reach out to them, say, hey, I've decided to go this route. I know that I've helped you with this before. Would you mind helping me out now by leaving me a quick review? Here's the link. And you kind of have a little cachet, and you get to kind of get a little, a little bit of a, not payback necessarily, but you know what I mean. They get to pay it forward, you helping them. And then also other newbie entrepreneurs. This is a great one to do. If you're in a network or a group or a coaching course with other new entrepreneurs, fantastic. Reach out to them. Put a post out. Trade services, because they're hungry for reviews too in their businesses. So try and trade, roughly even value services, because you're probably both not making a lot of money or have a lot to spare. So, have a graphic designer hire you, if you're a bookkeeper, to set up your chart of accounts correctly, and then she'll do your logo for you, and then you review each other. So you both get you both get a service, you both get experience, and you both get reviews. You see how that works? Again, you don't have to make a dime first or have an official paying client for any of these, but you're just showing that you have done this, you know how to do this. Okay, so when you are reaching out for a testimonial, there's a couple of rules of etiquette I want you to hold on to. One, personalize your request, okay? It's totally fine to start from a template. I've done that before. It makes it way easier. Don't just leave it at the template. Don't just spam people with a generic, dear sir or madam. It's not going to get you anywhere. Personalize the request. Personalize the template. Even if it's just, I usually just even personalize just the first sentence, where I make sure I have their name in there, and I mention something about the, maybe an inside joke if I'm close to them, and a word or two about our experience together, how I helped them, what we did, stuff like that. And then I get into the request. That's fine. Personalize it. It will up your response rate. Number 2, express gratitude. Did you know that saying thank you can double the chances of you getting a favor when you ask for it? Just saying thank you. That's it. That's the only difference. So when you're reaching out, again, you are asking for a favor of sorts. They have to go out of their way, even if it's just for 90 seconds, to do something that doesn't monetarily benefit them, or have a big benefit on them, directly. So say thank you. It will double your chances of them responding favorably and actually doing it. Also, make it easy. This is just the cardinal rule of sales and content in general. You don't want to make this hard for them. If it's hard, they're going to forget, they're not going to do it. Send them a short request Tell them it's going to take 3 minutes of their time. You just need 2 sentences. Here's the link. Make sure it sounds like the easiest thing in the world, and that it is the easiest thing in the world. A part of this is, don't spam them with like 17 links for 17 different platforms. Like, oh, I'm trying to grow my community on my Google page and on Facebook and on Twitter. And I said, no, pick 1, maybe 2 to send to them. Don't overwhelm them. Make it simple. Make it simple for them to leave a review for you. If you spam them with all of that, they're not going to do it, unless it's your mom. Maybe ask your mom to do that. And then also follow up. Again, I mentioned this earlier. I had 7 people reach out to me last month for testimonials for the work they done for me. Well, then I went to Kilimanjaro, so I forgot about it. I was busy beforehand, and I forgot about it. Well, one of the writers very smartly reached out very politely. She's like, "Hey, just checking in on that. Was wondering if you could, if had any questions or anything like that." And it's like, oh yeah, I completely forgot. Remember, people are busy in their businesses and their inboxes, stuff like this. It's okay to send a polite follow-up or 2 before giving up on a review request. Another thing that some people have done is you can let's see, giveaways and freebies. I can't remember that. Again, you can trade your services for reviews. This is if you're new, and you should not do it long. I really want you to start as soon as possible charging for your services. It's so important for so many reasons. But if you're in a place where you need to get reviews fast and you're brand new, it is a really good way to go. So in the very beginning, trade your services for reviews. Try and focus on smaller things. Make it transparent. So for example, let's say someone has questions about how to set up their chart of accounts, and you say, hey, can we jump on a quick call? I can help you jump on a quick call. Be super helpful, over deliver, and then at the end you're just like, hey, I know that we aren't working together, but I'm just getting started. If this was helpful, can you leave a review for me? If you ask in that moment, right when you've given them this relief and help, they're gonna do it. Also, just post in one of those entrepreneur groups. Say, hey, I'm trying to build up my testimonials. I'm giving away 3 openings for this small service. In exchange for good testimonial, who can I help? Does that interest anyone? People are going to jump on that. They really will. And then also, just like I said, ask your business mentors. Ask them if you can do a project for them for free or cheap, and have them write you a good testimonial, because they have big audiences. They're probably well known, and so the testimonial they write for you is going to have some nice cachet. So make sure that you do it. Some people I know will incentivize testimonials with small giveaways. So they'll have like a $5 or $20 gift card to like Amazon or Starbucks. You can go that route. You really don't have to. I've never had to offer payment for a testimonial in that way. Again, I've traded services for reviews. But you know what I mean. And also, here's a couple of ideas if you're a more veteran business owner, if you already have a client circle, things like that. One, giveaway raffle. I saw someone do this very well. So one of the business coaches I worked with before, she was pivoting from from general business to strictly content. Well, she had a new course that she was launching, but all of her reviews were about the business and not so much about the content. So what she did is she did a giveaway raffle in her group. Leave a and the way to enter the raffle to get this free popular business book was leave a review for me and my business that specifically talks about how I helped you with your content. And then if you'll enter the raffle, we'll make a drawing and give away the book. So she got multiple reviews on her content services for the price of $20, $30 maybe. She gave away the audiobook too, I don't know. So I thought that was very clever. So also, I have a membership that's a big part of my business. I add a link in the PS every week when I send out my membership letter for the social media content. Because people are signing up all the time. So I want new people to be exposed to that link. And in the beginning, when they're happy and relieved to have this content that's so easy to use, I put that link in there. It's just like, if this is helping you out, man, drop me a review. Takes just a couple minutes. It'd be a big difference. Stuff like that. And then also, if you have like CRM stuff, add it as an automation. So I still need to work out like my offboarding process. I have to admit, I'm not like totally set up on that. But when you are ending, a project with a client, either add it to your physical checklist, or add it to like your CRM automations to trigger asking for a testimonial. Because again, when they're at the point when they're the most relieved, the most happy, you've delivered, you solved the problem, you've made their life easier, it's the best time to ask for a testimonial because they're all about it. So, now real quick, 8 tips to repurpose your testimonials. 1, screenshots on social media. That's a no-brainer. I love those because then you can also add email comments, things from Facebook messages, things like that. 2, post to multiple platforms. Duh. Again, good content's meant to be repurposed. Testimonial is content. Repurpose it. 3, build it out into sales-focused client stories. So basically, you're taking the testimonial and you're building it into a story. Now, I have a template. Again, it's in the blog. You can copy and paste it, but in the template, I've used it over and over and over again, and almost every time I use it, I get a DM asking for more information to get signed up. I've gotten multiple clients from this template in my own business, so hopefully it works for you too. So because you're adding in the testimonial with the story power, it's really good stuff. Number 4, do a pinned photo album. You'll see this on my profile. I have 3 albums pinned at the top. 1 is my wedding, 1 is my travels, and 1 is an album of testimonials, because I want people to know who I am, and I also want people to see the work that I've done for clients. So it's just a way to put it at the top of their awareness. Number 5, on your service and sales page. Again, if you look at the sign-up page for my monthly membership, I have testimonials all the way down about it. It really, it's better for someone else to say it's good than for me to say it's good. Number 6, put one on every page of your website, every single one. When was the last time you went on a website and you read every single page on the website from top to bottom? Probably never, right? Unless it's like a blog that you really love or something like that. So no matter where a client ends up on your website, you want them to be seeing the good work that you do, and you want the power of it being testified by someone other than you. So make sure that you have it in all of those places. It makes a difference. It really does. Email newsletters, like I said, I told you how I used it in mine. You can also take, again, this is all about repurposing, the sales-focused client post that I sent to you. Take that, put it into a freaking email. Easy as that. This stuff is meant to be repurposed. And then also case studies. This is going more in depth. This is really good if you had statistics and specific results for a client. It's just one more way to incorporate a testimonial and to get more clients. It's just you scratching the surface. Just think of all the places where a client will interact with you or will hear about you for the first time. For example, one thing that came to mind when I was writing this was maybe on your call scheduler page. People who are scheduling a call with you for the first time, maybe they can see, you can just build a testimonial into the content there. What do you think? So these are all the ways that you can get these testimonials and make sure to keep getting them and then use them to get clients. Again, I'm not going to go through the the template on the video. That doesn't make much sense, I feel like. But you can see it. You can grab a copy and paste from the blog, no problem. So here's what I want you to do. If you're struggling with this, if you know you need to do this, here's next steps. If your mindset's a problem, go through the exercises. Don't let any fear or mindset problems stop you. Everyone deals with imposter syndrome and mental mindset issues. And there are ways to get past them. And I promise that you can too. You really, really can. So take a minute to do the exercises. Their fears are normal, but they're also overcomable. In the beginning, if you're right at the beginning, reach out to your personal network and previous employers, ask for their help, and also trade some lower level services with other entrepreneurs or your coach or something like that. Get those testimonials on your page and then start charging, baby. Start making some money. We just need a couple of testimonials to get your feet on the ground and then take off running, right? And then if you are sending multiple testimonial requests at the same time, personalize, say thank you, make it easy. Make it easy. It's on. If you want it, you got to make it easy and pleasant, just the way it is. And then also, any testimony you'll get, repurpose it, reuse it, and reshare it over and over again. I have testimonials from the very beginning, and I'm still resharing them. They still carry traction. They're still relevant to my work. And they still make me look really good to potential people who want to work with me. So, anyways, that is what I have for today. So go get testimonials. Even if you're brand new, even if you're freaked out, you can totally handle it. You definitely can. If you need help with stuff, just reach out and let me know. And then again, there's the link to the blog below for more information and details. Anyways, hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys next week. Okay, bye.